Hello, welcome. This is blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atul Pinke, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that who owns the most Bitcoin in 2022. Let's find out. Also, the second thing I would like to talk about is about Peter Schiff's bank, because his bank is closed down in Puerto Rico, and the people cannot access their funds. And the third news is all about that the Bitcoin exchange outflow surge. As you know, the saying goes, not your key, not your crypto. So people would like to rather keep it on their hardware wallet. And a fourth one today, which is all about that the euro slides 20 years low against the dollar as recession fears build. So guys, all this in today's video. And don't forget, if you would like to get the fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, because even during my holiday now in July, while I'm here in Greece, I'm bringing you 3 videos a day, keeping you up to date, bringing you the most important information. So also check out the links under this video, because there are many useful ones. And if you like this kind of content, smash the like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, and now let's share the screen and have a look at the crypto price of Bitcoin, for instance, which is 20,157, which is a slight decrease in the last 24 hours. Ethereum down about 1%, bit less at the moment, $1,139. And yes, when we're looking at the top gainers, we see Convex Finance going up 20%, Curve Down token up 10%, almost 11, and eCash up 7%. When we're looking at the losers, then Decred going down 5, Compound almost 5, and Theta Network 4%. Not major moves. If you're looking at the candlestick chart of Bitcoin, then you can still see that we are still in this 20,000 this range, sometimes above a little bit like with 21,000, and sometimes just below it like 19,000, but still moving now sideways, waiting for the next big announcement. What Fed will say, what we're going to have with the basis point is going to be again 75, just like last month. This will come out probably on the 13th of July. On the 28th of July, we are waiting for the data that are we in a recession or are we not. If we are, that also can move the market. So many things can come up in this month, which can actually push the prices even further down. Don't forget about this. Okay, and now let's move on to the first topic. And the first topic is, let's check who owns the most Bitcoin in 2022. So in this year. Okay, and right. So because of blockchain technology and because of the transparency of blockchain, we simply can always see who owns what amount of Bitcoin. And we can take an advantage on this. So here you go. In this article, though these things are a bit summarized. So as I said, because of the transparency, this is here the top part, you can see to which address what amount of Bitcoin goes. So we have here Kim Groger, who is the director of research at blockchain firm Chain Analysis. And he's saying that the estimated number, which is about lost, is 3.7 million Bitcoins. So we do know that it's out more than 19 million Bitcoins are out already, out of 21 million. But 3.7 is right the number about which is lost so far. Okay, a significant supply being held by one entity is seen as a risk, because of the entity ends up, selling its war chest on the market. It could lead to a significant downside. This is also important because if we see a huge amount of Bitcoin just in one basket, this can be also dangerous. Whenever that address decides to sell, can dump a lot of Bitcoin onto the market. So when we're looking at how the whole landscape looks like, that then we can see that we have the creator Satoshi Nakamoto, and is believed that they, whoever they are, has about 1.1 million Bitcoin, and it has been never touched. This is actually important, and well, basically, it's Nakamoto always used a different Bitcoin address, and then disappeared back in 2010. So it's unclear how many blocks they mined. The lowest estimates point to Nakamoto having around 750,000 Bitcoin. So somewhere between 1 million and 750,000 Bitcoin. So this can go to those addresses belong to Satoshi Nakamoto. When we're looking at public and private companies, then the most notable business is MicroStrategy, which accumulated 129,218 Bitcoin after the first investment, which MicroStrategy made back in 2020 in August. Then we have Tesla having 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, 43,200 Bitcoin. Public companies estimated altogether having 268,271, which is about equivalent of the total Bitcoin supply, 1.27% of the total Bitcoin supply. And also private companies joined the game. The private companies with the largest amount of Bitcoin is the firm Block.one, which holds 140,000 Bitcoin. Then we have Tezos Foundation holding 17,500 Bitcoin, and we have Stone Rage Holding Group holding 10,000, and Mass Mutual is the next with 3,500. So in total, the private companies hold 202,068 Bitcoin. Then we have the countries, obviously El Salvador having now the most with 2,301 in the treasury. In April, Finland reported that holding 1,981 Bitcoin. Then we have Bitcoin funds. The largest is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is 643,572, which is equal to about 3% of the whole Bitcoin circulating supply. The next one is CoinShare holding 42,980. And when we're looking at the largest individuals, then we have, CZ obviously holding probably a lot of Bitcoin, and the BNB. Then we have the Winklevoss twins, after they won the lawsuit against Facebook, they invested in Bitcoin, and the rumors goes that they're holding 1% of the Bitcoin circulation supply. Then we have Tim Draper, Silicon Valley-based venture capital investor who holds 30,000 Bitcoin, which was purchased back in 2014. And of course, we have others like Sam Bankman-Fried, obviously. Then we have the Digital Currency Group CEO here, Barry Silbert, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. They definitely holding a nice amount of Bitcoin. How much? Yes, that is a good question. Also, when we're looking at this here, then we can see the Bitcoin rich list, and you can here see the balances that we see that here are a number of addresses. Here is the 5 address. Look at this, which means holding more than 100,000 Bitcoin, but 4 out of 5 are belong to exchanges, so we do know that. And yes, the majority, it's somewhere here. Look, with 24%, about 0.001 and 0.01 Bitcoin, probably. This is the biggest amount when we're looking at addresses. And here we have the largest whales. The largest one single address is 252,597 Bitcoin. Yes. Okay, so this is now the landscape if you're looking at this. And yes, it's kind of changing as now more and more investors coming, more and more retail people decide to invest in Bitcoin, more and more companies start to invest in Bitcoin, banks in the future. So all this kind of stuff is going to change this kind of landscape. But definitely what we can see right now, the whales and those guys are also accumulating Bitcoin. Yes, there are some miners, they have to sell kind of because they have to support their expenses, but they don't hold that big amount. I mean, altogether, all the miners, around 50,000 Bitcoin. Yes, it can hurt a little bit when they drop it on the market, but it's not that significant number overall. Okay. Now let's move on to the next topic, and the next topic is all about the Peter Schiff's bank closure, and because of this, the funds for customers are lost or frozen right now. So let's talk about it. It's very interesting when Peter Schiff is the biggest Bitcoin bear, always, saying things against Bitcoin, and, people are going to lose their money. And now we have here Peter Schiff's bank closure. So Puerto Rico regulators closed down Peter Schiff's bank for not maintaining the net minimum capital requirements. As a result, customers lost access to their accounts following, a subsequent freeze. The revelation, however, led to crypto Twitter pointing out the irony, as Schiff's prediction for Bitcoin came through for his own traditional bank. And guys, again, when you have centralized authorities, when you have centralized companies, this is the risk. This cannot happen actually to Bitcoin. So this is just a very interesting news to point out. And he's always saying bad things about Bitcoin, but look, this is what happened to his own bank, because simply the regulators in Puerto Rico decided it's not working as it's supposed to be. Let's shut it down. And what's happened to the customers now? Okay, next topic. The next topic is all about that Bitcoin exchange outflows are about to increase right now again. So yes, because of this recent things, what's happening, like all starting with Celsius and Terra Luna problem and some others, obviously, now the outflows going to continue from exchanges, because as the saying goes, not your keys, not your crypto. Simply the month of June, so the last month, was especially trying for the crypto faithful, as a confluence of factors resulted in the price of Bitcoin as falling 37.9%. This was the worst performance for Bitcoin since 2021. Look, here you can see it's really a significant drop in 1 month time. And the result is, because of this, the kind of Bitcoin tourists, call them, are about to leave the space and already left it. So really now, more likely the dedicated holders stayed. So, and which is actually interesting, that during the most recent reduction in the number of the addresses, when you're looking at Bitcoin address, it's with non-zero balances, so it had something on it. It was just basically like 1%. But when we look here, you can see it. But then when we're looking at go back here, May 2021. So when we had also this big drop, then it was 2.8, and when we all the way back here to 2018 in March, that was like 24%. So you can see the big differences now, how people trusting more now Bitcoin are holding it. And all these collapse here, Celsius, then we have 3 Arrow Capital, and other things, shows that there is like money rather going to cold storages. So since March 2020, the number of Bitcoin held on exchanges has declined from 3.15 million to 2.4 million. That's the total outflows, about 750,000 Bitcoin. sorry, yeah, no, 750, yeah, and with the total of 140,500 occurring in the past 3 months. Okay, I think they're missing like here 10 or something. Yes, definitely, sorry, yeah, it's good. So yeah, just in the last 3 months, this is what happened. Yes, another encouraging development is that retail investors looking like jumping into the game. So they likely the less than one Bitcoin they're holding, the shrimp wallets, and when the price was lower, Bitcoin tune of 60,460 Bitcoin per month. So that's how much they invested per month, even the smaller ones. So you can see that definitely there is a change in this landscape. Yes, the money it's coming out from exchanges, and this is probably going into continue in this way after people start to believe more and more in crypto and Bitcoin. Okay, and now the last topic is all about that euro slides to 20-year low against the US dollar. Well, because of the inflation, the US dollar is also going down. However, we have here the euro performing even worse. And when you're looking at other currencies, fiat currencies, they doing pretty bad. So, the euro fell its lowest level in 2 decades. And this is basically the fear of the Eurozone, of the Ukraine-Russian situation. The Eurozone inflation hit the record 8.6 in June percent. And then, yeah, so prompting the European Central Bank to give markets advance notice of its intention to hike interest rates for the first time in 11 years at its July meeting. And look at this here, we can see, this is here the dollar euro. And look, back here in 2008, this is how strong the euro was compared to dollar. And since then, it's just coming down, and now it's down here. It's almost identical, it's almost €1, $1. It's really getting close now. And even, the sterling, compared to sterling, euro got a little bit weaker, even compared to Japanese yen. So we can see that there is a fear in the Eurozone, and therefore euro is getting weaker. Even the dollar is getting weaker, but the euro is getting even more weaker. And just haven't mentioned, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Argentina, and all these countries, Turkey, they having a significant inflation. Okay, guys. That's it for today. Don't forget, hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel as I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news. The next video probably will be on Friday, as I'm having here now my holiday in July, but I still keep you up to date. So guys, have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.